Hey, what's going on? I know everybody's probably tired of Scribble, but I was just doodling on my phone, and I can draw it really nice, but all right, so you have to work with me here because I did it really fast. It's like freaking like 6 a.m. and I just randomly woke up and I was thinking about things. So first we'll start off here. Um, so these are like, we already know what it's like whenever you put a magnet through a copper coil. And so I was thinking about these circular coils, obviously here. This is a circle coil, but it's cut right here at the edge. So we'll probably have to put like something to block or like something closer, you know, keep it going. I had to think about a different way to get the spin generated. But that's like corresponding to the energy source. So we'll start off here. Like first, we have our energy source. In the previous video, I drew my like little turbine engine where it's like a almost like a plasma reactor. I used that picture next to my drawing because it was like a fusion reactor kind of like, but it's not really a fusion reactor. It uses fuel. The fuel's injected inside of the turbine, kind of like plasma reactor. Where the plasma reactor, it constantly gets fed particles that would ignite the plasma, and the plasma will continue to spin. And it'll have continuous magnets, inside, inside and out, um, grid it like so the computer can that is connected to little robot, as my computer. Beep bop beep. Like the emoji, you know. Anyways, so the computer can continuously alternate the plasma whenever the plasma is turned on into my engine and or where the engine is where the energy is generated. So I made it a little more complex where I put like magnetic generators under my plasma reactor, and the magnetic generators spin, in circular motion, kind of like a turbine. I mean, not like a turbine. Well, kind of like a turbine generator. Um, but it gets the power to spin the magnets um, inside these cylinders, um, to get more power as the engine or the plasma reactor produces energy from the fusion of the fuel going inside or being injected inside the plasma reactor over. Okay, so where did I leave off? So the fuel would basically, I kind of forgot where I left off. So anyways, the turbines spin because they're inside this really smart gridded um magnetic generator. I mean, kind of turbine. Like the turbines, they have these disc magnets that have these alternations of different magnetic currents. With actual plasma, the magnetic currents is it's almost like the plasma reactor, where the fuel is, although it's using plasma to not only spin the disc, also the magnets kind of alternates the current that spins the disc. So we would get the almost like the same plasma like formation, but instead it's more streamy currents that just alternates the how the magnets can generate, you know, the spin by using plasma methods, um, and or just magnetic methods. Without the plasma, where it's just, it's just spinning with the magnets just being electromagnetic, since we just have the, where the magnets will be, inside of the alternation like generator generating energy alongside with the plasma reactor and our fusion like reactor with just fusing with fuel. So for example, fuel is just injected in every say whenever the plasma needs to be refueled over a certain duration of time. So, I mean, this was another example, as you see on YouTube if you watch different motors being made. These individual magnets are spinning and clockwise inside this copper like chamber that sustains an electric charge with the spiral current here shown in front. I know it's a little sloppy, but you know, um, it was another example. I'll probably have to build it to show you. These are other. So at the top, you see the basic outline for. Okay, so let me re-image this. The basic outline for this engine here was you have your motor or the what is it called, the you have the plasma reactor and the fuel being injected inside the plasma reactor, which is like the motor basically, and it spins, and you have your battery pack. Now the motor can also spin the magnetic generators that will be spinning, the tubes, that you see in going. I mean, we can build them in different ways. You know what I mean? So that was the basic outline of this example, and we could do that multiple times, where we could have a series of probably like let's say, let me do it that way. Have like probably like a few going on at a time. Probably we can do like 8, and you will get more energy than like a 12 or probably 20 cylinder engine. And 20 cylinders are basically used for like big giant industrial like machines, or like big ships and stuff like that. And you have like more power than that. You know what I mean? And produce more power and energy. It's massive. You know what I mean? Massive amount of energy. But those were just quick ideas that we could do at Trentium Lab. Trentium Lab. Shooting things into space with kind of like a railgun. It's not really a railgun. It's more like a launching system. A little T logo, Trentium Lab. It's a T and an L, upside down L. I know I have to think of different logos, but you can basically launch multiple systems out into space, without just using things at once. I mean, but we know what hydrogen's always used for. Hydrogen's used in the past. It was used in a lot of different ways for, like, for example, a chemical rocket. Oxygen was used and hydrogen was used.